Hello there guys, it's Joey. So there's going to be a whole host of store product requested videos because I'm a little bit behind on them. So this is the first one, and this is for the Starry Pillars for Excalibur and King Arthur. These were requested. So the energies of both have been available as beeswax, and the Arthur was a one-off so far. I may or may not make it available regularly or not, I'll think about it. But the Excalibur candle is regularly available in store as the beeswax, and the energy for Excalibur is very much based in the mythos of the Arthurian legend, as obviously both of these are. So it is said that the mightiest of Celtic weapons were infused with magic and led their bearers to great victory, and there can be no greater example than that of Excalibur from Arthurian myth, which many have argued is a survival of Celtic mythologies and legends. Excalibur is a sword of truth, purity and justice, and so the candle reflects this. Excalibur is the most famous of all magical swords, bestowed upon King Arthur by the Lady in the Lake in order to give him the right to rule. Such themes are common within Morrigan and other sovereignty-based Celtic god and goddess myths, where a king must be proven or must prove himself worthy in order to rule, and as such is tested, and his merit and righteousness is measured and confirmed by the carrying of this sword. Use the beautiful energy in all spell work that governs truth, purity and justice, and when engaging in personal sovereignty rituals. They actually complement each other really well, as the King Arthur is there for energy, the Arthur from the mythos, and the energy reflected here in his candle is very much about being the worthy king, proving your sovereignty, proving your right to rule, being a good ruler. And I think the nice thing about the Arthur candle is it does reflect being human. It's allowing for mistakes, allowing for failings, but ultimately being perhaps the greatest king of all time in mythos, at least, and inspiring people and inspiring legends for generations to come. King Arthur is a legend that, particularly in the British Isles, but even worldwide, refuses to die. And even though in the mythos King Arthur eventually succumbs to death, as all mortals do, his legend lives on. And I think when working with Arthurian energy, there is a kingly sovereignty energy. You can work around sort of bringing like the tarot king energy into it, so a sort of strategy, rulership, leadership, governing, listening to counsel, and so on and so forth. And this makes kind of a nice triad of candles to go with the Merlin candle, which is on store and available already, and sort of bringing together the energies of Excalibur and Merlin, so bringing together the council energy from magic, and bringing together the sword energies of truth and justice, and finding a middle path, and Arthur being very diplomatic, so, you know, that sort of legal diplomatic energy, as well as being firm in one's sovereignty and one's rights. So I hope you like them. We'll have a quick look at the tops just to show you individually, and hopefully you can see the gunmetal glitter moving down the candle. It's lovely all the way through here. It looks very much like the centre of a blade. It's nice. And then there's this top of Excalibur for you, and here is the top of King Arthur, worldly and regal at the same time. Okay, so that's the two pillars for Excalibur and Arthur. Many blessings.